What's going on, guys? Jimmo here again with another very exciting video. As you can see here, we have a Dodge Journey. I'm going to be blending my color on this into the quarter, and I also have a back bumper. I'm going to be painting this side of it, blending it across and clearing the other side. So this color actually calls for a ground coat. Ideally, it would have been done beforehand in the prep department using the proper shade or value of primer. And the value is, if you can take this color and picture it in black and white, that would be the value. So that's the ideal undercoat to give you proper coverage. So the red paint's very expensive, and it would take about 4 to 5 coats otherwise to cover this. And if I put down the proper grayscale paint, it's going to cover in about 2 to 3 coats. Be cheaper, faster, and yeah, it should be good. So I'm just going to be preserving blend space by taping it off here and keeping my gray from going into the jams and whatnot. So yeah, let's get to her. Now you may have noticed that I kind of more strategically placed this undercoat rather than kind of blending it like I would with color, because I don't want to get too far with this because it'll show all the way down the panel, and if I get it, say, to about midway to the panel, I'm going to have to bring my next coat, the color, pretty far to cover that, and I don't want to get into that. So yeah, I'd end up with a different color in the back door and the front door, which would not be good. So we're using Onyx Production, which is the low VOC compliant solvent that I've used in the past. The solid reduction, it always dries with a bit of a sheen to it, which is normal. When I get the color, you'll see it be different. It won't have any gloss to it at all, and yeah, it's good stuff. So it is dry here. It's flashed off. So the thing I like about this solvent is it's nice to tack. It dries pretty hard and smooth. You don't feel anything in the blend. So it's good stuff. So yeah, I got my color ready. We're gonna get that on there. So you can see it's covering pretty quick. If we hadn't have used the proper value of primer, you'd probably have a mismatch of dark and white areas here. So you'd probably see through it, or you'd see on this edge here still. but it looks like it's covering pretty well. I'd imagine one more coat, a drop coat, and we are laughing. So this gun was fluttering, if you couldn't tell. Usually on these Techna guns, if you well, on mine anyway, I've busted the baffle. So I'm just gonna take this out real quick, tighten down the fluid needle before I do that bumper, and should fix things. Midlife crisis. So this one turned out pretty good. I was fighting a little bit on the second coat because when you know, my gun was fluttering on the first going down the side, it was not a good time. I've actually lent out my two favorite guns, my Wada WS400 for clear and my base coat, which is my SATA 4000. But anyway, you know, we got the job done. You always know once your gun kind of starts acting up, a lot of the times you just have to put that first coat on. You can't really stop, or else you might create more problems than you started with. So anyway, we were able to make up for it on the second coat. And the hardener was a little bit fast maybe for the condition, so I had to put it on a little bit wetter than I might have in some other videos you might have seen. But anyway, it looks good. So we're going to let this one dry, get it put together, and move on. So I guess that's going to be it, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.